Hey guys, it's Chris and welcome back to another Game of Thrones Season 8 video, and today HBO has released its first official pictures from Game of Thrones Season 8. We did see a couple magazine covers with Jon and Dany, and of course we've got a little tease of actual footage, but today we have our first official photographs from Helen Sloan, who has been the principal photographer on Game of Thrones since its inception, and we're also seeing the magnificent costume design from Michelle Clapton again, who is the best in the business in my opinion as far as the detail and meaning of these costumes. So let's jump right in and check out our first Game of Thrones Season 8 official photos. Alright, so let's jump right in, and let me say really quickly, these are just promotional photos, but that doesn't mean they won't be in the series. They're in their full costumes. They take these while they're actually filming these scenes, so we may not get the exact pose here because they're all kind of staring off into space looking all dramatic, but these are the official shots and what they're going to look like, and does take place during the actual filming of the show. So anyway, with that said, let's jump right into our first picture, our dark sister assassin, Arya Stark. So Arya looks to be in Winterfell here. You can tell obviously this is Winterfell by the people behind her. You can see Stark armor, and you can also see some chainmail there as well. So it looks like this may be a scene where they are preparing for battle, looking badass as ever. And just look at the detail in these damn costumes. These are fucking outstanding. And next we have Bran Stark, who is getting cold here in Winterfell, and he's contemplating how long that firewood's going to last. And that's really all I can say about this scene. Bran is actually still in his little chambers here in his wheelchair, and he may be having another conversation here before Jon arrives or something like that. Or maybe he's trying to think on how to tell Jon that he is in fact Aegon Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne. And next we have Brienne of Tarth, the first lady that will be a knight in Westeros at the end of the story. She will survive in my opinion and become the first lady knight. I think she will be knighted by Jaime. And she is definitely in Winterfell here. You can see the Unsullied behind her there. This is likely going to be during the talk with the Northern Lords as Dany and Jon address them all and address all their concerns. So this is going to be in the middle of the drama about bringing a Targaryen queen up to the north, where Jon has now given up his seat as king in the north, and he is now officially Warden of the North under Dany. And the Northern Lords will not like that for a while. So there definitely will be some drama before they all figure out they need to work together, and before they find out their king in the north has been a Targaryen the entire time. And next we have Cersei. Now Cersei here is looking back at someone. She looks like she's about to go down a flight of stairs and leave this room, so she's probably talking to Qyburn here, or it's possible that she's actually talking to a hostage, maybe somebody like Jon Snow or Sansa Stark for that matter, after they all go south to King's Landing. Obviously this is in King's Landing, but one thing I want to mention about this photo here is just look at Cersei and notice what she doesn't have, and that is a baby bump. So this may confirm, again, depending on when this is during the season, that she is not going to have that child, and of course she would not tell Tyrion and the rest of the gang that. But as you can see here, the main costume designer, Michelle Clapton, is continuing the Cenobite look for Cersei here, where she has the high neckline and the armor on her shoulders. And next we have Jon and Dany, likely just a promotional shot here like we saw on the cover of EW magazine a while back, and of course they are staring off into the distance, likely looking at Winterfell as they approach Winterfell, or perhaps they're just arriving at White Harbor, just looking at the north in general. Although apparently Dany did see it before. She was on the back of Drogon flying towards the wall. She didn't have time to take in a lot of scenery, so likely this is just Jon and Dany looking at Winterfell as they approach. There is a little hill and a creek behind them, it looks like, so this could be White Harbor. Maybe we do see a little shot of White Harbor when they get off the boat. And next we have Dany, and Dany here is going to be in Winterfell in the Great Hall, probably talking to the Northern Lords for the first time. You can see the chandelier behind her that's kind of blurred out, so this is likely the Great Hall. Dany is now in black again, and again, look at that costume design. Dany's face here says to me that someone just said some bullshit to her about her being a Targaryen or about whatever. She's kind of smiling in defense, and she's about to go off and tell them all the shit she's done and how she actually saved their king in the north, who is now, by the way, technically the Warden of the North. And next we have Jaime, and Jaime is in black leather. Look at this. Jaime is not in Lannister golden armor. This is likely going to be Winterfell as well. I think all these shots are essentially. Jaime is definitely heading to Winterfell to hold up his end of the bargain, although he didn't bring anybody with him. He may be talking to Bran here. I do think Bran will follow him up to Winterfell. Maybe this is a tavern somewhere on the way, and Bran follows him and they meet up before he gets there. Or maybe this is Jaime actually already in Winterfell and he's having a conversation with Bran Stark. They will definitely have that conversation, and we will hear the line, "The things I do for love." And next we have Jon in the Winterfell yard as well. You can see people in the background busy, so they're likely getting ready for a battle. Again, Bran has likely at this point seen the Night King coming. Perhaps they've already gotten news that the last hearth has been destroyed or whatever, so they know Winterfell is next. And next we have Samwell Tarly, and this looks like it may be in the crypts of Winterfell. You can see kind of the archways behind him there, but then again you do have a candle lit that seems to be low, maybe like on a table. So this may not be the crypts, I'm not really sure here, it's hard to tell. But likely it is Winterfell because he's already there. But if it is in the crypts, perhaps this is when he goes up and tells Jon the news about his parentage. I mean, it kind of looks like Sam is in a good mood here. Perhaps he's saying, hey Jon, good news. You're actually the heir to the Iron Throne, Aegon Targaryen. And next we have Lady of Winterfell, Sansa Stark. She is obviously in the Great Hall here. She's in her typical wooden chair in front of the Great Hearth of Winterfell. And to the left there, you can see that Jon is sitting beside her with his fur on. So this is likely during the drama talk with the Northern Lords when Jon and Dany are trying to address the crowd. Perhaps just Jon talks to them first before Dany comes in, because she always has to make a dramatic entrance. So this is definitely just during that scene. So all these shots are likely going to be very early in the season, likely episode 1, maybe episode 2, where everyone's in Winterfell trying to figure out what the hell to do next. And next we have Tyrion. Tyrion is back in Winterfell for the first time since season 1. You can see he is on the balcony here where we always see people stand and talk in Winterfell. And this is the first time Tyrion has been back to Winterfell since Robb Stark was kind of an asshole to him back in season 1. Just because his last name was Lannister. So this is going to be very interesting here for all these reunions, and I really look forward to Tyrion meeting back up with Sansa again, and we'll see where that goes. And finally we have the Master of Whisperers, the Spider himself, Varys, in Winterfell for the first time. This is very likely Winterfell, just like the rest of the shots here. You can see the snow in the background on the bricks, and he's just staring off dramatically into the distance. But it's also very possible this is right when Dany and Jon arrive in Winterfell, and Sansa officially accepts Dany to Winterfell and says Winterfell is yours, like we saw in the little teaser. So this may be a shot of him simply standing there watching that unfold. But anyway, these are the first shots from Game of Thrones Season 8, and these costumes look outstanding. I think they're the best yet. There's so much detail, and they're meant to tell a story as well. Everyone's all in black, maybe to actually contrast the ice demons on the way that they're about to fight. But these costumes also show the characters' growth and change from year to year, and now they're all united under the same color essentially, whereas before they all wore their individual house colors. So anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. And also really quickly, join Val and I tonight on her Twitch channel. She is going to stream, I believe, at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and she's asked me to join her where she's going to talk about these pictures as well. And with Val's sleuthing ability, she may be able to pull out more information from these photos that you ever thought possible. So anyway, join us tonight on twitch.tv/Valkyrie. I'll leave the link to that in the description below. But anyway, guys, as usual, thank you for all the support, especially you guys on Patreon, and thank you to everyone on YouTube as well. If you dig what I do here, please give these videos a like, comment, and a share. And of course, be sure to subscribe to get everything, and click that notification bell so you're notified when I drop a new video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.